Test, test, 1 2 1 2. Name is Renee. Hello, hello, hello. Yo, 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 yo. My name is Renee. Hi. Nice to meet you. It's a beautiful Tuesday or Saturday or whatever day it may be. My name is Renee. Hello, hello. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check. 1 2 1 2. Test, 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 test. Yo, 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 yo. Hold on. Keep it going. I want to test something. Test, test, 1 2 1 2. Test, test, test. Is it going through it now? Nope. Okay, now we're really screwed.
Let's just see if the stream. Just check the stream.
That's what I started checking.
I need to pull up the stream on another device. Don't go to the one that I need to get the.
Yeah, just go to his AI files. First one live.
You're going live.
I can hear myself. I don't know what I'm hearing myself for. 1 1 1 1 1 1. Oh yeah, it's coming through this.
It's coming
through this. This thing. Your mic.
You're saying this thing. The live stream is working.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Maybe it was working before. Cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Now I'm just going to trust it's working. Yeah, it's just not coming through. Yeah. Okay. It just works.
Got it. Yeah, I think we'll like 5 minutes. But I'm just so far. I think we just have to wait on but I appreciate you.
Well, I got to post them too, so I don't want to.
Go to your bed. But it's what people I guess just
I know,
I just need to put this first. Don't worry about it. Basically, literally half the credit. And the first thing that's going on, it basically knows what's up. And it says, hi, here's the way. Yeah, it's me. And then our agents will then say, what do we do? And now we can go through this and talk and say,
what's agentic?
whatever it is.
yeah, this is agencies. It's just it's my problem. Yeah, so basically it's just my demo is so yeah.
Can I make the agent?
All right, so here's what I need you guys to start getting ready to come to this area.
All right, start guys.
Just invite people to come. It's not on a matching service with, SQL queries. It's actually so and I can literally be on a little conversation and say, and this is what they talk about, this is how they should expect. It's cool also that I can drop it on our.
Okay, I grabbed you. They're coming.
Yeah, so very good.
All right, we are going to be starting here very soon. My name is Renee. Welcome to Love Hacks, everybody. Please enjoy yourself, get yourself some food, and come sit down and check out some presentations, not just mine. Thank you. In like 2 minutes. Anywhere you guys want to. Wherever you want to sit, anywhere is good. I mean, I'm up here too, so you good, bro. Wow, we actually had people come over here pretty quickly. Are we ready or?
No, just get people here. You're entertaining people.
I'm entertaining people. I didn't know I was a clown. I did come from the circus, but that was not something on my criteria. That's actually true. Born into the circus.
That's why we brought you on this team.
Well, God did it.
Okay. I started
Yeah, that's your chair right there. Thank you for joining us. We're gonna have a great weekend here. Welcome to the Quantum Edition of AI Agents Love Hack. Happy Valentine's Day. Everybody has a great Valentine's Day. Hope you're well rested. And come on, join us. We're going to get little introductions from the folks who are going to be providing the tools and the platforms, and we'll be knocking these out. Renee, everybody will get to know Renee. He's going to be here most of the weekend helping out and also providing a new product that he built that we'll be introducing shortly. I think I've got a short in our mic cable. I'll fix that though. We are live streaming, so the live stream is up. It's also live. The link is on the Luma and on the Discord. So Discord's the place to go to interact with all the folks who are offering prizes and providing tools. And let's let Renee, since he's also our guinea pig and helping with the tech setup, we're going to give him a chance to go first, and then we'll start knocking out our presentations. And then we have some workshops coming up this afternoon. So come about 11:30 or so, we'll get into workshop mode, and let me know if you have any questions. Just look for people with the AIFI badge, so that's obviously not me, and they should be able to answer questions or find me. Here you go, Renee, let us know what it's all about.
Thank you. All right, so hi, my name's Renee. I'm a little bit of a wild cracker, so nice to see you guys. So I'm going to go over my presentation. It's going to be rather short, so don't expect some 30 minutes, 40 minute long presentation. It's going to be like 5. So what did I build? Well, I built a product called agencies.co. It's a new AI agent framework, so that way you can build AI agents. I believe currently a lot of them are very hard to build with, and I wanted to make it so easy that even if you don't know how to code, you can build AI agents yourself. So I'm going to show you guys how quick it is. So I'm going to click, you can register for an account. It's all free. Everything on this thing is free. Let's sign in. So here's our dashboard. So if I want to go and create an agent, all I do is click create an agent. I'm going to go ahead and just click my handy dandy prompt button here. I'm going to say car salesman support. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and generate the template for this. So what happens is that it generates the name, the description, the prompt, everything that's going to be needed for this AI agent specifically. And then I have the option to go and also awesome, thank you. I also have the option to go and start turning on what are called tools. So these tools are going to be stuff like code execution. In the future, there will also be stuff such as being able to search the internet, have access to their own crypto wallets and many different things. But all you do is you click create agent, and then you are ready to have your first agent done. So we go here to My Agents, and we have quite a few agents here, but here's the carousel support. So we can test the chat directly by just hitting Test Chat and just chatting with it directly. To go in and add it to your website, so you can just add a chatbot to your website, click Get Embed Code. You get this little piece of code here. Just slap it on your website, and you get a free chatbot. Very quick, very easily. It's all integrated with your stuff. And then if you want to go and have further details with it, go here to your API in Contacts. Just get an API key. Again, it's all free. You guys won't hit any type of limits. And just get this stuff, and you have a little curl for any of your specific AI agents. The AI agents are cool because you can also allow them to go and communicate with each other. As we add more tools, such as searching the internet and stuff, it'll be more cooler. So one might be able to search the internet, one might write stuff, and one might send emails. Tools that are coming up is going to be stuff, as I said, searching the internet, adding wallets capabilities, images, all kinds of stuff. And yeah, it's just it's fun, it's free. It's called agencies.co. Try it today. My name is Renee. Thank you. That all rhymed way too much. Oh, okay. Q&A for something that has hardly any type of issues building. Yes, go ahead.
Can I build a multi-agent system where my agents are communicating with each other in the system?
Yes, so that's actually one of the reasons we built this is so you can create a bunch of agents here, and these agents will be able to communicate with each other. So you can start right now, only have one-on-one agents communication, but down the line we will have other things where you'll have one agent manager that can communicate with your entire contact list, both human and agents, to go and actually get things done. So yes, that is more of a coming soon, but we do have it already working, so your AI agents should be able to communicate with other AI agents. And if you want to, you can even go and, like, let's say, select for analysis and ask questions about that specific conversation to help get things done quicker. Anyone else? Go ahead.
So if I build an agent for myself,
Yes, sir.
on your system,
Uh-huh.
and then somebody will pick a mic in, or not like it. So then Mike across the internet goes and communicates to each other.
Yeah.
Right. How do I make sure it's Mike?
Well, you built it.
No, but dude, it's me. Mike, it's Mike.
Yeah. So
I'm
what?
Mike also.
Yeah.
Can I use his agent?
No, unless he sells it to you. So in the future, we will add a marketplace, so that way people will be able to go and like move, let's say, your agent that's specialized in one special
Yeah, Mike's
whatever.
a joke.
Yeah, it's very specialized in that. And let's say we put it on the marketplace where you might want to like, hey, we're gonna start selling them at $10 a pop. So you'll start selling licenses to go and use your specific agent. He will be able to go and use it. But without that license, there's no real way to go and do this. Because one, even if you wanted to go and just like try to directly like hack this up a little bit, you still need an API key and other things to help verify your specific account. So your specific account has also different agents to that account. So it wouldn't be able to work that way. If you go and integrate it, let's say, into a phone app, then obviously anybody that uses that phone app would have access to your agent. But yes, if you build it, no one else can really get it unless you use it.
What I meant is, like you said, you had code there for putting that chat in a web page.
Yes, yes,
So boom, chat's in a web page.
yes. Chat's on the web page.
Mike wants a joke.
Okay.
Opens the chat up.
Did you add the chat?
I don't know it's Mike.
Did you add the joke chatbot to that website?
My own website.
Then anybody that goes to your website can use that specific chatbot.
But how do I know it's Mike?
They don't.
Because I want to build that.
They wouldn't. They would never know that.
Okay, go. Because I need to know it's Mike.
Well,
I only want to tell him a joke a day. I don't want him to ask for 10 jokes.
you would need to then sorry.
Sorry, I'll give you.
What you would need to do then is instead of doing the embed thing, which is just going to be like a lot more for if you're just trying to add it to your website, you would actually then have to go and like build it out like a little bit more from scratch. So we made it super easy. So you have a curl here, so you can go and like build out your whole agent framework however you want to, but use this specifically, and then set it up with your codes like, hey, only whenever Mike or this user ID goes and comes in contact, you can do that. So you can take your actual agent and start making it much more customized, but we made it super easy so that way you can just hit the get embed, drop it on your website. I assume that people don't really know how to code sometimes. I work with a lot of people that are just small businesses and they don't know how to code. So we just made it simple so they can take a little piece of code, put it on the website, and then they have an AI agent.
And so also, shifting gears a little bit, like, what makes your framework really good at using other tools, for example? So right now you showed some prompting and some chats like that.
Yes.
What is the other deep part that you're sort of
So, I mean, there's a million different ways to go about this. The most important part, I think, is going to be this tools capability. So if I allow one AI agent to have, let's say, a crypto wallet. The other AI agent can go and search stuff. The other agent can go and do other stuff. And I go and start creating an agent chat where I have, let's say, 4 or 5 of these AI agents communicating with each other. Then they can go and actually autonomously do stuff for you without you actually having to do stuff, such as searching something, finding the best prices, making those purchases for you, selling it for them without having to think about anything else and just keep it going. So yeah, it's just going to be mostly about the tools and the ability to make it just super simple. I think it's really hard to go and even use stuff like LangChain to go and set up any of these type of stuff. So I just made it easy. Any other questions?
You only have code execution. Don't you have any other tools?
Nope. For right now, it's only code execution because I didn't set it up for.
Make sure that just hold the mic so
Cool.
that the short is.
Cool. Awesome. It's only code execution for now because I didn't set it up for the other stuff for production. We do have already tests that we can prove for them to also own their own AI wallets and their own ability to search the internet like Operator. So we have tests already proven. We just haven't set it up production. This has been under a month. Thank you.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot, Renee.
What, me?
And yeah.
Okay.
So also we have Fetch here. So one of the things that Fetch.ai Innovation Lab and some of the folks that you'll find in the back there are enabling is the ability to publish and digitally sign. So speaking to what you were mentioning before, how do you know whose agent is whose, and permissioning and discoverability. So Fetch enables that. So one of my objectives here is to connect the agent building platforms with the Fetch Agentverse so that we can actually build agents and get them listed, because that's I think one of the major challenge statements of the weekend will be build your agents, get them published, get them discovered, and get them used out there in the world. So my question for you guys, and maybe you'll want to take it offline a little bit, but Fetch will be doing a presentation. Do you yet know, Renee, how to, this is putting you on the spot, how to publish your agent once you build it here over on Agentverse?
No, we don't have anything integrated currently. But if Fetch wants to go and help me and maybe throw a little cash my way, we can make it work.
What about just prize money?
Again, that's cash my way, so yes.
Okay, so Renee is obviously a mercenary.
Yes, sir.
We embrace you as well. Okay, but is there anything that Fetch you want to say just to that point right now? I know you'll be doing a presentation and a workshop, but go ahead and just speak to that point.
Yeah, please.
Here, this is a.
Yeah.
There, go around town. There we go. All right.
It's also
Hi guys, so we at Fetch have an open marketplace for AI agents. We have, so we provide you guys with 2 approaches. Right? You
bring
just,
the microphone really close.
hello, yeah.
Move it out of your way.
So we have our own framework for you guys to build your agents, and also if you guys prefer using some of the other existing frameworks that you're familiar with, we have our own way of registering agents on Agentverse. So during a technical demo, I'll be going over how you can build agents using our platform, our framework, and I'll be sharing a code snippet on Discord regarding how to register agents that you've built using other frameworks. So be on the lookout for that. What am I supposed to talk about our problem statement, or this is just the?
Give us a hint to the problem statement.
Yeah. So if you guys want to look at our problem statement, just
put the microphone down.
if you guys want to look at the problem statement for this hackathon, just Google Fetch.ai Love Hack Hackpack, and you should be able to get it. If not, we'll be sharing it on Discord promptly. Looking forward to some great times with you guys. Again, the problem statement is quite open. I'm looking for innovative solutions. There is no, like, even if it's not fitting in one of the tracks that we've mentioned, go ahead and build your solutions. We are
So next provides workflows and a deploy mechanism to create microservices of agents. So I have an agent, multiple agents out there. How does my agents play nice with your agent first?
okay. So, like you said, you have multiple agents that multiple, like, I guess, small tasks.
That
So-
are living out on the internet.
Yeah. So what we're suggesting is you register each of these as a separate agent on our platform, and we'll it would be search and discovery, so that your agent would be solving a problem that, say, John's like application needs as as a part of his solution, like a sub problem, right? So why not? Why do we expect him to go and build it again? He can just use your agent and you essentially get paid for it. So that's the bigger picture goal for us. And that's what we're proposing. So yeah.
Great, great. Well,
Okay, guys.
Fetch will be also presenting.
Rene can take it.
Oh yeah, or Steve can take it.
Steve can take it.
Steve can take it.
We're going to bring.
Okay.
Well, I can't find any of my cables that actually work around
Here. Okay. So we're going to bring up another presenter. Let's see who's ready to present. Okay. Yeah. Let's bring up Quantum Society first to speak about that, and then let's get Giannis. Okay, Giannis is ready also. So let's do a little intro. Megan from Quantum Society, and then we'll have Giannis present because they're associated here. Giannis, good to see you.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, can you hear us? Okay, yeah. Go ahead and well,
We're going to let Megan intro first, and then Giannis, you're up. Let's turn this computer around so you can actually see the room.
oh, let me turn on this camera.
Okay. Oh, here, you want me to get
Yeah,
the video?
yeah, my fingers are not
Thank you so
working.
much for coming out. This is our first ever
Click allow.
Quantum AI Hackathon in Silicon Valley, so we're really excited to have all of you. What we're building at Quantum Society is to build a community that is bridging quantum and AI frontiers. We're really focused on bringing the foundational education of what quantum computing is and what are some of the practical applications that engineers and other founders can start utilizing quantum in some of their startups and problems. So we're really excited to bring Acora today. They're a European company and they're really dedicated in hosting different challenges where you can utilize quantum for different use cases. So one of the challenges.
Are you at the entrance to Digital Garage? It's a 717. Okay,
Really excited to
somebody
have all of
should
you.
be
They're
there,
going to be doing
and
a
someone's
workshop
running
at
down right
11
now.
o'clock to go over their tech stack. So thank you all.
You can see my presentation now.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay, perfect. I brought this presentation from in-person hackathons to online competitions. Maybe, first introducing myself. So I'm Giannis, the co-founder and CEO of Acora. We're in the quantum computing business and actually have a background in running and hosting hackathons, quantum-specific hackathons, mostly in Europe, but we've done also one in Chicago and I think one in Vancouver. Before, and since last year, so this was actually as a non-profit, and since last year we are active as this company startup called Acora, and actually we see, sorry. I think here. So actually one, like the state of quantum computing, you might have seen some of these recent announcements, like the one from Google with their latest chip in December, and Contino makes some nice ones, and also IBM and others. And one challenge remains, and that is for the exploration of quantum computing use cases. We know that quantum computers will be good for specific things like molecular simulation and also breaking the RSA eventually, but we're yet to figure out everything that especially these noisy devices that we have at the moment and which are advancing can actually all do for us. And maybe just as a side note, actually in machine learning, there's like at the moment what you can do, you have these variational algorithms like variational quantum eigensolvers or QAOA, and there seems to be some empirical evidence that they already have polynomial advantages today for specific kind of problems, but this is just as a side note. So I think quantum is exciting. We're also anticipating this moment called quantum advantage, in 2 years. So IBM has updated their roadmap actually in their investors call 2 days ago that they would expect it now next year even, meaning that quantum computers could actually solve some problems that are actually of use other than the one that Google did in their experiments, which is basically simulating specific kind of noise to prove that their system is doing something quantum. But yeah, so I'm just having a few of these features here, and then later you can explore our platform, which, as I said, is actually kind of made for quantum and hackathons. And those of you who know Kaggle, the machine learning platform, will also find some similarities, I believe. So at the moment, like I'm just naming, like it's difficult usually for companies and industry players to really adopt quantum computing and explore this technology. As with any other technology, it's usually expensive to run some POCs. You usually have to trust individual providers. While there is many different modalities to build quantum computers, you might have heard of that. There's like superconducting qubits like the ones that Google and IBM are building. There's trapped ions like the one that Quantinuum or IonQ are doing. And then there's also neutral atoms like what QEra and others are doing. There's certainly a lack of talent, not many quantum experts there, and well, quantum physicists are also not always then able to write all the necessary software. So I think bringing software engineers and quantum computing experts together can add a lot of value in this space, especially then also as the hardware evolves. Yeah, I guess everyone would participating here knows that hackathons are actually great and they're working very well because you have this intense collaboration, building cool stuff in these 2 or 3 days events, and you also are able to build a strong community. So basically, like just from the quantum computing perspective, any company that wants to explore the technology should join such hackathons to just get a first understanding for their own use cases. And then there are also some limitations in the end that, well, you get this first understanding, but you also have this geographic and logistical barriers. I'm not there, unfortunately, on site, but coming in from Germany, and in the end, also some kind of limited scalability, but like. For quantum, as we call it. Yeah. Sorry?
Okay, just choose the. 1 second, hold on. Can you extend this?
Sure.
There we go.
Okay, you're back.
I'm back. Did you lose me for long?
Keep going.
Should I go back? No.
You're good.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, so that's why we now have this like online community platform online. You can visit on acora.io, and we will also the ones working on the use case that we provide can explore it. So basically, it's should look like Kaggle today. We have plans for the future to build also other kind of models, but take this kind of inspiration so that anyone who wants to explore quantum computing for their use cases can kind of simply drop it on the platform and then crowdsource solutions. And then at the same time, and well, I mean, so here's just one success, how we did this. So for those of you who are familiar or not familiar with quantum computing, like clinical trial optimization is actually an interesting problem, which is not working on quantum data, but could be one of these use cases that could have early quantum advantage. When you develop new drugs, you want to test them and you want to make sure in your clinical trials that you have at least as few correlations among this like individual characteristics of the patients as possible. And this is easily getting very difficult to calculate because you have so many constraints. So this is some kind of multi-constraint problem, optimization problem that you can formulate in a way that you could execute it on a quantum computer. Actually, like we were able to source solutions that improved over the existing benchmarks. It's also the use case that we bring to this hackathon. So here you can already see how some of the winners, while this competition was online last year for a few months, worked on it. But I think it's a great like real world use case that you could explore on a quantum computer. Also, that is not exactly like molecular simulation. So you wouldn't need all this back to quantum chemistry. And then, yeah, I guess similar, like Kaggle has done a lot for the machine learning community, and we hope we can have the same kind of impact on the quantum computing community and the field as such. And then, yeah, like I think this is related, similar, like as a software engineer, if you apply to a job today, you most likely provide your GitHub profile in the application. We have set up the Agora profiles that we also want to have as a center part of the quantum field then, and collecting all these activities. And as I was saying, like for now it's more of a Kaggle, but we could see also becoming more on, we actually have the plans, not just could see, to be something more like a GitHub for quantum, or you could call it a Hugging Face for quantum, that we want to evolve into. Yeah, just like here, a bit of an outlook, like if you decide to work on the quantum part for the hackathon, and we will provide some workshop on a way on what we call Q3S, Quantum Algorithm as a Service, that should provide an easy way to use a quantum computer or a simulator in that case, that should also set you up to participate in future challenges. Like at the moment, we have this one, for instance, on quantum neural networks for stock price trend prediction, and also a hackathon on high energy physics with CERN, the institution with the particle accelerator from Geneva in Switzerland. And yeah, with that already said, thank you for having us here. Very exciting. I was in the Valley in December for the first time myself, so there's great energy, this I know. And yeah, would be excited to somehow work and collaborate with you during the hackathon. I got to say, we are based in Europe, so it's already a bit late. We will be available for a few hours, but at some point we would need to zone out and then be back tomorrow. Thank you. Which kind of questions do you have?
Thank you, Jonas. We'll catch you in Discord.
Perfect.
Just takes a second.
I use both, or?
Yeah. Just clip this onto your pocket or something.
Okay.
And hold the cord toward the microphone.
Like this. Okay. Hi. 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 Can you hear me?
Yes.
Who of you knows browser use already? None so far. Okay. And we will change that. Who knows Operator? OpenAI Operator? Only half. 80%. Okay. We basically built Operator in open source. We are the biggest AI agent, browser agent framework with around 30K stars on GitHub currently. And you can use it as simply as doing pip install browser use, and then you can get started. You then simply need to define an agent with a task. For example, go to Hacker News, show HN, click around, scroll down, and extract recent posts. And then you can choose an LLM model which you want to use. You can use OpenAI's models like GPT-4o, Mini, but you can also use DeepSeek, DeepSeek R1, Gemini models, which are currently free. And yeah, I can show you in live code how this can look like. So same examples I just showed to you. You started, then we spin up a Chrome browser, like here. We connect the LLM to it, and at every single step, we extract all the interactive elements, like buttons, and then the LLM can start and click around. Like for example, now extract posts, or click here on certain buttons, like the first one, go inside and interact with the web page like humans would interact with such web pages. And yeah, because it's open source, not like Operator, you can just use it in your own applications. You can customize it and build on top, add new functionalities like file upload, file download, and play around with it. So what we've seen so far, what people do with it, some automate form filling, others, they use it for APIs where there is no API currently to automate tasks. Some use it to log in into their social media accounts like LinkedIn or Twitter to extract data behind login walls. Because I would think that like Perplexity and also GPT, they are quite good in scraping data from the public web. But as soon as there's a login wall, all scrapers like Perplexity, they just stop. They can't exit the information behind. And with such agents, you can just do the login, log in, and then interact with the content behind the login. And now, yeah, how we do that, I already explained. We see on the button what are the interactive elements, like input fields, buttons. We provide that to an LLM. For example, here, all those 100 buttons, like a list. And then the LLM can simply choose, okay, based on the goal which you gave me, I now want to click element 3, and then we execute and playwright that click, and for example, click the submit button. Yeah, and based on that in the future, I think we can do awesome things with that technology. For example, we already started that you first run the LLM once to automate the workflow, but we have access to all the XPaths and CSS selectors. So from that, we can just generate directly playwright scripts to then automate those tasks deterministically. But yeah, this can be improved a lot to, for example, combine that directly with LLM models. That at some points, we can use those playwright-like scripts, and at other points, we use the LLMs to combine the dynamic and deterministic scripts. The memories of those agents, you can definitely work on that, so that right now we are good at like 10 to 20 steps to automate them. But I think if we improve the memory, we can get to 100 steps and plus. Could be maybe some summarization system or X system. And then for specific applications, like for example, Google Sheets, we are right now horrible with all the different cells. So this is definitely also something which one could work at, or at least provide a lot of value to people if we can automate that. Yeah, simply do pip install browsers, and then you're ready to go. Thank you very much. Node.js, no. But we have an API if you want to use it from the API. I can give you credits there. Just message me.
When rerunning the task, how dynamic is this going to be? Like all of a sudden, my application has changed the website and particular data that I'm looking for. It's no longer number 3. It's now number 5. Is there some way where I'm going to be able to do that, or I need to re-alter my script?
Yes. So we have some clever caching algorithm where we basically cache the XPaths and we find those elements on the website, even though the XPaths change slightly. Now, of course, if there's, for example, suddenly a pop-up, which wasn't there before, or the page, there's a new page, of course, we haven't seen that before, and then it gets tricky and then we can't do it. But I think with some clever thoughts, you can definitely improve that. And we just set the base, but there are millions of things which could be done on top.
Okay, so 2 questions. So for a normal person, like we're all engineers in the problem, it's for a normal, like your parents, if they want to use this thing, how far along are you making it easy to use? And in my specific case, it's LinkedIn. I'm scraping LinkedIn, but I want my parents to scrape their LinkedIn. So like, how hard of a journey is that going to be for them to use? They wouldn't use pip install for it.
They don't know pip install. So we launched 2 weeks ago a cloud version, where we host the browsers and everything, where you literally just need to put in the task. For example, you would say, yesterday I called with 63-year-old guy who wants to automate tasks on Craigslist. Okay, so he types in go to Craigslist and click on reactivate my link, and there it's definitely possible. Of course, like our tool often still sucks because we don't find the exact buttons or it doesn't do exactly what you want, but we will definitely get there over the next weeks.
I have 2 questions. The first one is, does it work beyond this browser? For example, I have data from Microsoft Office, so do we need to do extra stuff or the user stuff?
Yes, so each of our actions, For example, if we click a button, if we input text, if we upload a file, you can imagine them as simple Python functions, okay? And you can simply write an additional Python function, for example, get data from Microsoft Office. And then it's like a tool call. So the LLM can then choose in the right moment to call your tool, get data from Office, and inside that function, you then get the data, for example, from your Office. So that would be one option. The other option would be you just use the browser version of Office. You can also log in the browser into Office and log in there and get the data from there.
Second question is how much work if you want to automate this data extraction all the way like create a LinkedIn social post. For example, I have a group of shit, right, where we have a couple of US attendees. I want to actually create a post and all the tag all this person in to that social post. Right? So how much work for that?
So
job?
browser use currently works best if you know exactly what to do. So if you say, okay, go to this website, click on this button, fill out this form, do X. If you know like the specific workflow. If you have like really general workflow, like do now research about those 100 people, it will for sure mess things up. And we have problems with some platforms. For example, yeah, with Google Sheets, it's currently not really working well. But if you provide the data, for example, just as a JSON or just as an input in the prompt, then I think it can definitely work on that and fill out forms or create a new user in your CRM or go to LinkedIn and message a person.
Do I have to write an actual Python code for that? Or
You can put it into the prompt, just in the prompt. Yeah.
Do you have a headless support?
Yes. Headless. Yeah, so yes, it works also headless. Like you just saw the browser, but we can also do it in headless mode. For authentication, we have many different ways. For example, you can also connect it to your real browser. So for your real Chrome browser where you're logged in with all your profiles. That's one option. Second option is you log in once, and then we can save cookies. And then the next time you go to the same website, we again just reuse those cookies and you are logged in. If you run it locally, just in a JSON file. So basically, you exit the website, we store it in a JSON file, and the next time you go there, we can just access this JSON file.
How or does it handle like HTML5 canvas or any thoughts on how to handle navigating applications that are using canvas?
Like iframes, nested iframes?
No, canvas.
Like when you want to draw.
Yeah.
No, currently that's hard. So like we have like 10 custom actions, like clicking a specific button or inputting text in a button. But everything, for example, drag and drop or draw mouse coordinates, we don't do that. But you could just write those custom functions where you say, okay, draw, and then the input is one coordinate, another coordinate, and then inside you could execute that flow.
So I guess that follow is like, do you use screenshots at all to do any of this, or is this all simple?
We combine vision and the DOM tree. So we use both.
It'd be cool for accessibility.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much. And if you have questions later, just hit me on our Discord.
Before we go, let's cable here for a second. And then today, going to bring up tonight from Fetch again. And the internal challenge statement between partners is integrating browser use with Fetch.ai. So people are building agents on browser use. We're trying to see how we can streamline and get more discoverability for agents on Fetch.ai. So I don't know if you're familiar with the platform yet, and if you might know how to do that already. How would you suggest for folks to do that? And would there be any questions for Tanay from the Fetch.ai side?
Yeah, if I understand it correctly, you built a marketplace.
Check.
Your volume level is down.
Check.
I can also speak really loud.
Check, check. Okay, now we're going.
Awesome, awesome. I like that sound. So if I understand it correctly, you build a marketplace for agent, right? And then your agent simply decides which tool to use out of all provided tools, right? So browser use in this case would be one tool. And then maybe you have many other tools, for example, the Outlook API access, okay? Where one tool call would be Outlook access and one tool would be browser use access. And then you go to Fetch.ai and you ask a question, and then Fetch.ai agent decides, okay, first we call the Outlook API, and then we call browser use to integrate together.
Yep, that sounds right.
Is that for discoverability aspect?
Yeah, so the discovery aspect. Yeah. Yeah, so there could also be some use case where your agent, like, one where I was sitting there, like I'm a student, right? So one thing that I could think of was job applications, right? There's various UIs for various job boards. You could use browser agent, I mean, your platform along with your own data, your own personal agent, fill those job listings with your data by integrating both of the platforms together. That's one use case I could think of right off the bat. But what you said was right. Your agent, your package becomes one agent on our platform. So, yeah, if you guys are planning to build something with this, we will be really happy to see you integrate their stuff with our tech. All of that.
I wish you an amazing day.
Okay, next up we have Kai with Swarms. We'll have the same question afterwards. How do you integrate Fetch with Swarms to give your community the benefit of discoverability and some of the other things that you have to bring to the table?
Nice. I'll take a second for that to come up. And then
Hello, everyone.
Clip this on you.
Oh, yeah.
This is just for our live stream, and you can throw that in your pocket or just clip it on.
Oh, nice. Hello, everyone. I'm Kai, founder of Swarms. We're essentially the most reliable multi-agent framework. And basically, we allow you to build really scalable and really reliable multi-agent architectures. And here are some examples of like some of the architectures that are somewhat simple. We have sequential workflows that like agents will sequentially talk with each other. And it's just like agent 1 talks to agent 2, which talks to agent 3. And then we have parallel processing, so you could like activate a bunch of agents concurrently. And mixture of agents, which is kind of like a combination of both concurrent and sequential activation. If you go to our docs at docs.swarms.world, you can see a bunch of other different swarm architectures. We have hierarchical, which is really popular for most like business-centered use cases. And basically, this works like you have a boss agent which directs multiple sub-agents, and then those sub-agents can then direct multiple sub-agents. And yeah, this is really good for like if you wanted to create like a fully autonomous department at a marketing department built by agents, or like a sales department, programming department, and you can customize every agent. So if we go to our GitHub, I could show you some of the examples. And so building an agent with Swarms is pretty easy. You could essentially just give it a name, a model name, the number of loops. It could go on forever if you wanted. If you set it interactive, it'll like you would be able to talk with it. If you set that to false, it will just basically do things forever. There's also streaming and a bunch of other settings as well. And so this is kind of like the individual agents, but you could integrate any agent from any framework into Swarms. Like you could integrate the browser agents that was just presented and put those agents a part of the swarm. So it's very flexible. And yeah, so if we scroll down here, I can show you. So first, basically, you build your agents. You build your agents here. You customize them as you wish. You can give them tools, memory, anything you want. And then for the multi-agent collaboration, you basically just create a list. You create a list of your agents, and then you plug them in. You give it a name if you want. You put the agents, and then you just run it. And yeah, that's pretty simple. We have a lot of different architectures. Like agent rearrange is basically I would say it's kind of like a shorthand notation of a graph. So you can basically you can direct the agents by using their name. So you could define like which agent talks to which agent based off the name of the agent. So if you have a chief medical officer agent, you can basically, you just give it the name, and then, so this agent, chief medical officer agent, is gonna talk to the virologist agent, and then that agent is gonna talk to the internist agent. And so that way you can essentially customize like sequentially or activate those agents in parallel. For example, if you were to put a comma sign here instead of an arrow, that would mean that the agents would activate concurrently. And so agent rearrange is like really good if you wanted to like custom build the multi-agent pipeline as you wished. And yeah. And then we have other swarms as well, kind of like a graph where you can build essentially like a graph of different agents. You can add your nodes and your edges kind of like line graph, or I mean, you could also use line graph if you wanted. And we have a bunch of other different, I mentioned earlier, mixture of a spreadsheet swarm where you could have, like you could use a CSV to build your agents and then execute those agents. And there's a couple of more swarm architectures that we have in our docs that you could check out. And yeah, basically like essentially the value that Swarms provides is that anytime you want your agents to communicate with each other, we provide like all the different means of communication between those agents. So you can essentially connect any agent from any framework and then enable them to communicate at scale with Swarms. And yeah, that's it.
All right, any questions? Just and repeat the question because we have a lot of people that are on the stream and on Discord. So just repeat the question and the answer, and then any prizes and perks that people are getting.
Yep. Hey.
Yeah. So this is, it's a framework. I host it myself. You don't have a hosting solution, right? I have a bunch of questions actually, but it's a framework I put on my own servers, right?
Yeah. So well, I mean, you could do that if you wanted. Like on GitHub, it runs entirely locally. We do have a cloud, but you could also use like Google Cloud or anything you want, really. It works with everyone.
Oh, so you have a hosting solution also?
Yes.
Okay, very, very cool. And then the communicating between agents that's in process is not across the wire. Is that right?
So yeah, I mean, everything happens like, well, if you wanted to have like an agent talking, like, so everything does happen on the same system, but you can customize which agents are talking to other agents based off of CPU cores or even GPUs. So for every CPU that you have, you could put an agent for every CPU core, or you could actually put multiple agents in one CPU core. If you wanted to have an agent talk to another agent on another API server, you would have to essentially build, you would have to build a class that would call that agent's API and then retrieve it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like you have one swarm, whatever, the cloud thing, another swarm far away, and then I want to bridge across and talk to them far away into the cloud. That's swarm also.
Yes. So in that case, essentially what you would do is you would essentially build like a class. Like you would build like a class that has a run method, and then that calls that API. I'll show you really quickly here. So in this example, yeah, basically you make a class, and then in this run method here, you would just make an API call to that agent, and then you would put that agent in the swarm. And so, yeah.
So last question, like, what's the huge use case you're hoping for? Like, swarm is used the most in this category? Which one you like to see?
We're really now, like, I think medical agents are really exciting. We created a medical swarm called Medical Coder Swarm, and basically what it does is like, it basically like you give it a bunch of lab results, or you can even say your symptoms. Like if you're sick, you say what symptoms you have, and with extreme precision, it'll tell you exactly what you have, and also give you a vast array of different diagnoses. And it's also really fast. I presented this at Grox the other day, and let me see if I could actually show you.
Is it like mixture of experts thing, or what do you do?
So this is a sequential pipeline. We have a couple of agents. We have a medical officer agents. We have a virologist. We have an internist, a medical coder, and basically like they're essentially reasoning and having a discussion like what could this disease be? And they're essentially trying to eliminate like the least likely possible diagnosis. And so, danger. I don't think it's dangerous. Like we already, like MCS has already had like 20,000 users in the past month. So I mean, it's probably saving lives right now, much more than it is possibly hurting them. But the goal obviously is to help people, you know. So yeah, it ran already. If I zoom in.
So I guess my question is, if you're eliminating the least likely diagnosis, the least likely diagnosis is also the most likely to kill the patient, how are you mitigating for that risk? That's what I'm saying.
It's been reported. Yeah.
The most likely diagnosis is just migraine or just a regular tension headache, but the least likely diagnosis is like meningitis or a brain tumor, you know.
So it's been empirically studied with laser precision that agents are already better doctors than human beings. There have been many papers suggesting that agents can already classify what diseases people have at a much more detailed level than human beings. And that's because human beings haven't seen millions or even billions of medical documents or papers. So I would honestly trust an agent much more than I would trust a human doctor.
But you have to train the agent, as you said, you told the agent to like eliminate the least common things. So you're training it, right? In that case. I guess that's what I'm trying to know.
Yeah, I think it's two things here. Sorry, I jumped in really fast. It's actually two discussions here.
Right.
So one discussion is you can apply, like say, you can apply the math, and you can do the math better than human. That's reality. But the second thing is you're talking about a propensity in the medical, whatever, industry of how you deal with things. I'll tell you a personal story here. My daughter, when she's 20 days old, got a fever. So we went to Stanford, right, emergency room. And they said, oh, and started writing your list. Like, what could it be? They ran the list there. And her grandparents stacked her with blankets. I took the blankets off and the temperature started dropping down. And I said, if I showed up right now with the temperature right now, what would you do? And they said, no. They said, but you're already here. In the background of their liability is that they can check everything. They didn't spinal tap on it. They said there might be spinal meningitis, which is like 0.001%, but they ran the entire list. Terribly, I think it's a $60,000 medical bill coming done because they wanted to eliminate everything.
Because she was 28 days old and not vaccinated.
Yeah, so let's maybe we can. I guess
I'm just trying to understand, like, how do you discern how to train these if you're telling me?
Let me rephrase the question as something maybe that Kai can address. And I think the question is, do you have, like, you eliminated based on least likely, do you have weights and bias? Are you introducing weights and biases into this equation from an LLM standpoint?
So the way that it works is, well, first there's different types of memory to assess this agent. So there's the first memory, which is the weights of the model and the data that it was trained on. But then there's other sources of data to verify that response. For example, medical documents. There are many medical documents on PubMed that could verify diagnosis for a specific disease. And so basically what it does is it fetches these documents and then cross-references with those documents to see if those diagnoses are an accurate representation of what the patient has. And so it's essentially doing like it's fetching multiple sources of information to verify that that diagnosis is indeed likely. Because misdiagnosing, like human doctors misdiagnose people all the time, and that's caused hundreds of billions of dollars in waste and just unnecessary spending. And so another thing about MCS is that it also gives you the ICD-10 codes for a specific diagnosis. So it diagnoses you and then it gives you codes. Also looking up those codes also takes a lot of time. Because every time you go to a hospital in America, there needs to be a code for your whatever you have. And so by essentially having agents do this, I mean, you could do this in 3 seconds. I ran it one time when we started talking, and it was already done 2 seconds later. And it got it right. This patient has type 2 diabetes, mellitus with diabetic nephropathy. I can't say this. Nephropathy. Yeah.
We have a doctor in the house.
Oh, really? Oh.
If it wasn't obvious.
Yeah. So I don't like, I think the agents now, like if you, by using agents at a hospital or like at a patient center, like I honestly think like it could rapidly accelerate the time in which you not only diagnose conditions, but also treat them. So the final agent here also gives you a list of treatments, and it could also provide super precise treatment plans depending on the ICD-10 code and also the insurance for that patient. And so theoretically, if there was a way to automate this entire process, like the cost of healthcare could one day go to zero. And making that happen is our full intention.
I'll just add, always do your own research and consult a physician and lawyer. Don't do anything. Don't leave the house. Don't, tiptoe safely to your grave every time.
Yeah. Yes.
Technical question, not a medical. How you're introducing the concept of blending synchronous and asynchronous operations, so that you have graph-like as well as more on workflow. How do I actually track and visualize that operation so that I know that my agents have been configured correctly to get the right result?
I see. So there's a couple of ways of doing this. I'm actually pushing a new update now for a DAG swarm that uses Apache Airflow. And so you could just print the shape of the graph. So.
And then when it runs, do I have a way of knowing that I have configured my agent correctly so that it's not in the data loop, that it's not bouncing between 2 agents? The typical, bounce and lane graph, where you're actually bouncing between 2 agents, so it actually rate limits.
So there is ways to verify if the pipeline is working correctly. We have an evaluation framework called EvalOps, where if you know the correct answer of the pipeline, you can essentially, the eval will essentially tell the swarm that this is right or wrong and then retry it, or you have to manually re-architect it. But if you, like for the agent rearrange, if you configure everything, it's very I can show you. You basically just give it the name of the agent, and then you say which agent is talking to which agent. And so you could see the flow of communication.
But is there a way for me to reflectively look at that, having some memory of how many times I've spun through between the two so that it can know which are alter flow?
Are you asking if it could alter its own flow? Yeah. Not with agent rearrange, but we do have an autonomous swarm builder where you basically give it a task, and it essentially it'll build the agents, it'll build the prompts, and then it'll also configure the swarm architecture that is best suited for that business problem. Because every business problem is going to have a different communication architecture. Let's say if you wanted to analyze 50 stocks at once, you wouldn't do that with just one agent. You would have 50 different agents for each stock. In medical situations like MCS, this is sequential because it's more of an analytical and it's more of an analytical type of business problem. And so you basically you give it one task, you say exactly what you want. Like, let's say I want a marketing team, right? It'll build the agents for that marketing team and then also configure the right swarm architecture for that business problem. I could show you how that works afterwards. Yeah.
Can I just ask a really quick question? You mentioned earlier that you had 20,000 users. Was that for the medical? Was that for the medical app? For the medical?
Yeah, just for the medical one.
Who is your target audience? So is it going to be like users like me, or is it from? It sounded like it was like doctors, right?
Both.
Oh, so I could actually get access and then write to my doctor and say, "Oh dear God, I think I have cancer." I mean,
Well, unfortunately, hopefully not, but yeah, you could.
But I can't even imagine that. Okay, I am so excited about this.
Yeah, me too. I built it. I went to the hospital one day and they didn't even tell me what I had. They were just like, take this. I was like, you didn't even tell me what I had. And I was like, what if I could get AI to do this and actually tell me what I have? And that's when I built it. But yeah, you could. Doctors use this. Just regular everyday people use this. Healthcare data platforms like Epic use this. So it's very flexible and anybody can use it. Yep. One last thing for resources and stuff like that. If you want like OpenAI keys or any model keys, just let me know and I'll give you a key. They're free. You don't have to worry about them. And also, if you want like any technical assistance, just like let me know. I'll be here all day helping people. So just let me know what you need and I'll support you. Thank you.
Okay, and then Kai, are you going to be here all night?
I mean, if you want me to, yeah. If it's allowed, then yeah.
Yeah, it's allowed. I think even dogs are allowed. I just saw some dogs come in. So we've got people flowing in and out all weekend. So if we didn't put a close time on tonight, we have an open time just so people know what time to show up because there'll be coffee ready. But otherwise, if you guys want to spend the night and keep working, Kyle be here all day and great resource. And then did you talk about prizes and?
Oh yeah. The best use case for Swarms will win $1,000. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. And then my personal challenge statement for myself here is to connect Fetch.ai, another one of our partners, and figure out how we can streamline and remove any friction from people building with Swarm to publish their to register their agents on Agentverse for discoverability on Fetch. And we've got a Fetch table in the back here, and we have Tanae here to answer any immediate questions. We can take this offline till later, but if you have any ideas on that you want to share with folks, I'm really curious about that.
Oh yeah, you could integrate like agents from Fetch into Swarms, or anybody really like you could essentially integrate any agent from anybody into Swarms and then scale them up. We've seen like there have been Swarms with thousands of agents with all different like providers like OpenAI, LangChain, and a couple of other people like all mixed in one. So basically you can integrate any agent into Swarms. You could use agents from Fetch, and you could do so in just a couple of lines of code.
And how about going the other way? Going from Swarms to somebody building on Swarms, bringing their agent to Fetch discoverability platform, the agent first portion.
I'll have to look at their documents to give you a precise answer. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great. One last question, and then we got to move on.
Yeah.
We have a couple more presentations before we get into full-on hacking.
So for the use case, are there any specific domain we need to speak to, or it could be any domain?
I would advise domains that are impactful in some way. So it could be healthcare, could be bioinformatics, it could be finance even, if you want to build like a fully autonomous hedge fund, or like agents that can analyze stocks or crypto, or like anything in like finance, insurance, healthcare. I mean, yeah, but it could be anything really. Marketing works, yeah.
Specific domain into the space of like underaddressed people like ourselves, population or like if we figure out some user segment which is underrepresented in the marketing space, and they face a lot of constraint to do something self-service, then we can have agents for that. Like, it could be a good like, area.
Yeah, if you want. I don't want to like. I could give you some ideas, but I don't want to restrain your creativity. So I mean, you know, whatever is like the coolest will win. Yeah. Also, one last thing. To get access to our GitHub and docs, you can just go to Swarms.ai. Oh, that's not working. Yeah, our website is Swarms.ai if you want to check out our docs and examples and things like that. So thank you.
Thank you, Kai. And then in terms of what domains, obviously we don't want to constrain any domains, but also domains, maybe extra points for domains that work with our different partners. So Acora has medical data and medical challenge. Fetch has also, there's a QBio that is working in the space. So check out the different channels and check out the different websites for who is offering things that you can actually integrate. Appreciate if you can check off all those boxes that when you submit, there'll be different boxes for I work with this, I work with that. And then Ed, are you ready to go? Okay. Ed from Gopher Security, come on, plug in. And then Kyle, let me get that microphone back from you.
Oh yeah. Forgot I had it on.
Over the hot mic and not know it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome, thanks.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Let me click that. Should be good.
Yeah, I'll
Put that in there.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Edward. Today I have this great opportunity to present our company, our product to you guys. Our company is called Gopher Security. Okay. So how many of you know about the gopher animal? Raise your hand. Okay, a little bit. Okay. So gopher, I will give you an idea. So what about gopher? This is gopher, right? First, we have the quantum, we have context aware, like a banking system we're working with, Fremont Bank. And then the last side I will talk about later. But for the simple use case, you will see, we can set up a group for secure remote work that access in 5 minutes, right? So go to website. Like you sign in, and from here, you can create a remote user account for your employee, for your team member. Yeah, this is how you create a user, right? You load your user's email into the Google system. Yeah, like email, like phone number, enable 2FA, a lot. Secondly, you create a group. So that's how you manage the access. You create a group here. For example, the contractor access group. And then you attach the user to the group. You want to control the access. So third step, you create a network. So in as a Gopher architecture, everything is about network. Secondly, we create a Gopher network. In this case, we create a contractor network. And next one, you attach this network to that group. Here you attach the network to the contractor group. Let's say attach. So lastly, you ask your employee or remote team install this Gopher app. Once they install the Gopher app, you can see that network, they just connected. So from there, and all this remote access, this end-to-end encryption policy is all taken care by the Gopher. So you see here, just connected, and after you connect, you got a Gopher IP assigned. You can do it from there, and then remote log into your cloud server or lock down your SaaS applications. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's about it. Any question? No question?
That means it was well explained.
Yeah, so we do have kind of benefits. If you guys like today Hackathon uses Gopher, spin up a Gopher network, like interconnect each other, and all the security you can experience, and we do have like 1,000 credits, which you can take care of majority with remote access, right, for your team. Like if you have 10 people, like 20 member, 10 member, and then that would be like 1 year, and you don't have to pay anything to secure your remote access. Okay, question?
Is this like a VPN?
Oh, so the question is it a VPN? So it's not a VPN, of course. VPN, it's just connector, like you using that. Of course, we ditch the VPN, we replace VPN on the central use cases, right? So VPN is like you need a proxy server, the traffic that goes to the cloud server and coming back, right? High latency, bandwidth degradation, and the single point of failure. With this Gopher, you see the app after you install it, Gopher is going to assign the IP, virtual IP to endpoints, right? And then from there, you get a peer-to-peer direct tunnel, mesh networking. Everybody talk to everybody. So there's no single server, and the Gophers are operating. Yourself have to deploy, right? Just to spin up a Gopher network and talk to each other.
On your phone, you're installing a Gopher app.
Yes, it's agent-based, and then on the phone and computer, you get a Gopher app like this one, right? Like after you install Gopher app, and just access a lot.
Connection between the computer and the Gopher servers?
Yes. Okay. So after you access login, you're gonna see the network. You add me, give you access to it, right? Like a contractor, like employee, like the financial people, HR people, and then connect the network. On the other side, and cloud side, server side, and do the same, right? That's where you kind of lock down your all modern infrastructures. Any other question? Okay, okay, thank you.
Thanks, everyone. You have a channel on Discord, so hopefully monitor that, and you'll be around to answer questions.
Yeah, sure.
Sure,
I'll get it.
Great. And next up, and I think, okay, second to last, and then we'll wrap up with a little word from Fetch, because then Fetch will do a workshop and invite people to that workshop. But we have Colin Lowenberg from Dapple Club and Polygon. What you got for us, Colin?
Thank you, Steve. Can we give a round of applause for Steve, please? I love this guy. This is not Steve's first hackathon, as you can tell. But I say if Steve's doing an event, I am going to help out, volunteer, sponsor, do whatever is necessary to make it successful. So, I also think that, the reason we do hackathons is so that we can get all of your great ideas and steal it. No, just kidding. I heard someone say that, but no. What I do at the Dabble Club is I create a community of awesome engineers and entrepreneurs, and you can find us on the web at dabble.club. And what we do is we help developers connect, build, and grow. What that means is we connect by hosting meetups all around the world. So last year we hosted like 150 meetups. This year we're going to transition and focus more on hackathons, and we're going to focus purely on AI agents. So we are sponsored by Polygon Labs. Who here has heard of Polygon? Great. Who here is already familiar with Ethereum? Who owns some Ethereum? Yeah? It's down right now, I know. Don't worry. Coming up in 1 week is Ethereum Denver. So if you go to ETH Denver,
It always goes down after.
it does. It does go down. It does tend to go down sometimes. But that's how crypto works, and I'm not telling you to buy anything. This is not financial advice. I do not profess to have any financial advice for you. So ETH Denver is coming up. So this is a big hackathon that's happening in Denver. So I'm on the warpath towards this. So if you're anyone here going to Denver? Who's going to Denver? Yeah, maybe? Okay, great. Well, regardless, we are preparing to send people to Denver. And I want to give away a prize to encourage people to build on top of blockchain. And if you haven't built on blockchain before, then I will be happy to help you. And Polygon is built as a layer 2. It's a layer on top of Ethereum that makes Ethereum cheap and fast and scales. So Polygon is a super fast, super cheap network that allows you to actually use blockchain in the real world. And we have everyone from Hello Kitty to Starbucks to all sorts of customers using the Polygon network. And if you come to our website, you can find out that we actually are doing more with Polygon than just hackathons. We are actually giving away grants. So I can't give you the money, but I can tell you how to get the money. So we have 4 grant programs live, 5 now grant programs live as of today. And so what I want you to do is build something, and then I will recommend you and introduce you. You can go and apply. You don't need me to go apply to these grant programs, but this is what I want you to do. I want you to build something, take that idea, and then continue on after the hackathon. I don't want just hackathon projects to die. I want them to keep going and build something. So we have these 5 grant programs. So instead of giving you specific tracks or tasks, I just want you to take a look at the grant programs, build something that meets one of these grant programs, and that way you can apply and get some of these grants. You can get tens of thousands of dollars. So I'll give away $1,000 as a prize to incentivize you to build, but these are the programs and the tracks that I want you. One is a directed grant from Polygon. So anything built on blockchain, anything built on Polygon, you can apply for. The top one on here is ELIZA Labs. Anyone heard of ELIZA? So ELIZA is a framework for AI agents. And I don't work for ELIZA, but I really like it. Why do I like ELIZA? Well, there's a lot of AI agent frameworks out there. I think Crew AI, LangChain, shout out the name. Who's got a favorite AI agent framework? Anyone? Fetch.ai is really great. I mean, I like Fetch.ai, Jutsu. Like, there's some really awesome projects out there. ELIZA has taken off, however, because what they did is they made it really easy to take any LLM and connect it to your Twitter, your Telegram, your Discord, your Slack, to all of these other connections via plugins. So it has a whole lot of plugins that you can connect to your AI agent. And what this does is it gives that sentience feeling. And now I'm not going to tell you that AI agents are sentient today, but in order to fake that sentience, we need to give them some inputs and outputs to the real world, right? What makes an AI agent an agent is that it actually can do some work. And most of that work today is usually chatting with someone in Slack or chatting with someone on Twitter. So if you're doing Twitter, it's probably for marketing. If you're chatting with developers, it's probably in Slack or maybe in an IDE. So Eliza is a wonderful framework that I encourage you to try out. And they have a grant program. So go build something with the Eliza framework. And to help you out, I've also got a nice GitHub. So if you go to my GitHub, you can find, we have Agent Camp Eliza. We actually run boot camps every week. We have 2 or 3 calls per week where we teach people how to use these tools. So if you want to follow up with us, you can always go to our website, join some of our events, or go to agentcamp.dev, and we have a list of all of our past videos. So we'll actually teach you how to use Eliza on those videos. So it might be helpful for the hackathon. Go to agentcamp.dev, and you can find out how to use these. So we've made a specific repo called Dabble Agents and Agent Camp Eliza that will actually help you get started, and you can get your AI agent going with Eliza framework on Polygon. Now, maybe Eliza is not your choice. Maybe you want to use some other framework. That's okay. I'm not going to restrict you. There's plenty of other grant programs that you can take a look at. One is on any on-chain app connected to an agent. And we might ask, why would you want to put an agent on chain? Well, if you think about it, what makes a human different from an agent? Well, obviously intelligence of a different type, but there's also that ability to communicate. So we've now got that with Eliza. We can connect to all of these other public social networks. But money is what makes a person or a corporation have the ability to have free speech, like donating to an election, right? Or have the ability to purchase something or award prizes in a hackathon. So now we see AI agents are actually running hackathons and awarding prizes, or even AI hedge funds that are AI driven, but how does the AI money? And that digital money is typically on blockchain. So Agents on Chain is another grant program. We also have a AI meme coin battle. So if you really love memes, there is a lot of hotness around memes right now. So if you want to build a funny, enjoyable, entertaining agent, we would love that. We also have in general, anything. So whatever you're working on, you can apply to one of these grants. Now, before I go, I have one other suggestion for you. So I'm not requiring it, but I will give it as a prize. And I'm wearing on me right now the Omi necklace. Who here has heard of Omi? Anyone? Ooh, we got some Omis. Anyone have an Omi with them right now? We got some Omis in the room. Renee, where's your Omi?
I left it at home.
No, you can't. Okay, so this little device that I'm wearing is actually listening. So when you talk to me, it is transcribing everything that you say and everything that I say and taking notes. Just like an AI note taker for your Google Meets and your Zoom calls, except all the time for every conversation. So this little speech I'm giving right now will be summarized and note taken and shared with me on my phone. So that today, the way it works is it sends all of your audio transcripts to DeepGram for transcription, puts it into a vector database called Pinecone, anyone use Pinecone, and then shares that Pinecone database as a RAG, or retrieval augmented generation, with OpenAI. So we have 3 services that are in the cloud that are storing all of our data. I would love to improve upon the privacy model of this device. It is completely open source. The hardware, the software, the firmware, it's all open source. And if you go to omi.me, you can find out more. You can go buy your own device. I like using it. And I will give you an extra prize. So whoever builds something with the Omi, I have 3 Omis that I can give away. So if you build something awesome, I might give you an Omi as a prize. I also encourage you to check out their GitHub, where they actually have bounties and prizes themselves. So one of the bounties that I'm not telling you you have to do this, but this is a cool idea if you're looking for ideas. So one thing they want to do is create a clone. So you take your Twitter, convert your Twitter account into a clone of you, and now you scale yourself, so you have a copy of yourself. They've even put together a nice design for it, and you can build this app based on their design if you want. So I encourage you to check out OMI, and that will be a secondary little hardware prize. Who here likes gadgets? I think, who wants to win an OMI today?
Wait. So I'm updating the Luma as we talk,
Yes.
and then I'll move it to Discord. But what are the prizes?
Those prizes are $1,000
For what?
plus an OMI.
So-
$1,000 for the best for the best anything. And if you are looking for
Best anything with blockchain?
best anything with Polygon specifically, but you can yes, you need to build on Polygon.
Fashion show?
If it wasn't clear, I'm trying to get people to build things that use Polygon. If you build something with OMI and not Polygon, you can still win the OMI device. So I'll give you two different.
And the OMI, it's just a free OMI device?
One free OMI for an OMI app. Yeah, build an app on OMI.
Okay.
And you get an OMI. Two prizes, OMI prize and Polygon prize. Polygon prize also comes with grant programs to follow up. Can't guarantee, but I just filled out a grant application myself for 90,000 Polygon tokens, which at the current market rate is worth $30,000. So I said, hey, I'm gonna work for 3 months for $30,000, and every 2 weeks I'm gonna deliver a deliverable. So that's how you write a grant. You say, every 2 to 4 weeks, I'll give you some milestone, and you give me some reasonable amount of money, and that's how you write it.
That's grants outside the hackathon.
Outside the hackathon.
For the hackathon,
$1,000 for Polygon,
best
and
Polygon
one OMI
project.
for no OMI. Yes.
And one OMI for best OMI project.
Yes, I don't have money for the OMI. I'll ask them if we can get more money. But yes, one OMI is a pretty good prize. So
Can we buy OMIs?
you can buy an OMI for like $70.
Can we get OMIs here?
I'll sell you an OMI.
Just one.
I only have three, but I'll go down the street and buy some more. Yeah, you can buy them online.
You can get them at Walgreens now?
He's in Soma. OMI is a local San Francisco.
Tell
They just raised $2 million. Yeah, they just raised $2 million from Draper. So I think I like their project. I'm not paid to speak for OMI. I'm just a big fan of their open source project. I'm also not paid by Polygon. I have my own company. So
We're putting this under Polygon.
yes, Polygon prize, OMI prize.
So just only support multiple languages?
Yes, I mean, if you're building an OMI app, you kind of have to start with.
Wait, is OMI sponsoring this hackathon?
No, OMI's not
Then
sponsoring.
shut the fuck up.
Yes, OMI's sponsoring. Well, I'm Dabble Club, so I can rep multiple. I like to promote open source projects, and it has to be open source for me to work on it. I'm not going to work on closed source. We need to change the world.
Oh, wait, Colin's show.
Yes. So, yeah, if you want to find the OMI apps, you can go to their GitHub and you can read their docs. They have some examples. It may not be every language example.
How is this different from other apps that can also do the same thing? For example, I have a couple of apps. I go to events and just the recording and all the transcript and everything. How is it different?
Well, this does have memory on the device now, so you don't need your phone on the table recording. It can just passively listen all the time. So.
And we got to speed things up. So no, I love.
Thanks for the questions. I'm happy to be around, answer questions. Thank you, Steve.
Let's keep the questions during this. Let's keep it to Polygon, just because we don't have a slot for OMI in the schedule, and we're way over time right now. Colin, you want to answer more questions?
Oh, yeah. Any questions? I'll be around here, so you can find me.
All right, yeah, Colin will stay as long as people are asking him questions. Then real quick thing, Synexus. Get a 30-second intro, since you're going to be here helping people out. We'll give you a quick thing, and we've got a partnership going with Quantum Society and with AIFI. So give us the real quick version. And then just to give people a heads up, then we're going to have a real quick intro from Fetch, and Fetch will do a much longer workshop in about 30 minutes at 12:30. We'll create another breakout room. Maybe we'll use this room. We'll get a show of hands of how many people want to dive a bit deeper and do a 30-minute workshop with Fetch. But right now, let's go and give the mic to Pablo.
Thank you so much, Steve. Yeah, hi everyone. I was going to make a Saturday morning another hack. Love you all. Great stuff. Yeah, so I'm a CEO and founder of Synexus. In the meantime, I have a PhD in quantum, so it's why I would combine forces with Quantum Society too. So I'm more on the AI side now. Synexus is an AI agentic solution for deal flow management for startups, investors, and enterprises. So we help startups to become more VC ready, provide a whole set of tools to automate the whole process, preparing for investments, preparing to finding right investment partners, enterprise partners, all you need to make that there, and the matches on the big side for investor side too. So we automate the whole this burden running from the place to place, find the reliable people to work together. And here, why? So like we're working a lot with the startups, with investors and stuff. So here I can what I can provide to you as a mentor today is to check your idea, to give the advice on how reliable is that, how good is for market today, and to help you prepare the presentation tomorrow. I'm semi-technical as well, so I can talk about the stack too if you need that. But I think there are much more people on that side that can give you that advice. But on the business advice, I'm here for you today, on today, tomorrow, so you can help me out. Yeah, thank you. That's it. We will take more time. So have a good one. Win the prize makes great ideas reality. And if you want them to grow further, I'm here to help. Yeah, cheers. And yeah, I'm in Discord, and if you want to get with me in person, like in any WhatsApp or whatever is that, you can scan this code and get all my contacts here in one place. Yeah, Steven, I'm done.
Okay, Fetch, let's hand the mic to today.
Hi guys, again. This is probably my third time coming back. This time giving a proper, I guess, formal intro on what are challenges and how you guys can participate. So, yeah, welcome to NumHack. This is an introduction of what we have. So, we talked about us being a open marketplace for agents, but we are not just that. We are trying to tackle the full stack of building an AI agent and monetizing it. So we have our own framework called UAgents. We have our own cloud platform to host your agents called AgentWorks. If you have your own framework that you want to use, you can register your agents on AgentWorks using Fetch.ai SDK. So think of other sponsors, think of Swarms, think of browser agent if you want to incorporate all of those into your I guess project and register those to our platform. You can use the Fetch.ai SDK, and we have the Fetch network, which is the backbone of all of this. Gives you the ledger, see all of the agents that exist, search them. Yeah. This is our challenge. Our challenge is mainly divided into two parts. So you could compete for either one of these. The final prize will be $1,000. So you have the AI agent challenge where you can create an AI agent using whichever framework you want. If you want to use our framework, there will be a demo in some time at 12:30. If you want to know how to use those, how to leverage some of the tools that we already have in our framework. So yeah, the domains that we have mentioned are finance, healthcare, education, or social impact. But if your problem lies in something other than these, I guess, tracks or domains, feel free to implement those solutions. We are open to all your, I guess, creativity and ingenuity with your solutions. Yeah, the other challenge, since there is a quantum computing sponsor here, I guess multiple sponsors here. If you're choosing to compete in that side of the problems here, we have the QBio challenge. So we'll be providing you with two files on Discord. I believe we have already shared them. So what we are looking for is for you to build a hybrid quantum classical workflow or algorithm to solve this problem. I am no expert with quantum, but we do have experts on our Discord. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop a message. Yeah. This is our tech stack. If you want a holistic view of the entire ecosystem, this is what we have. As for the commercial side, we provide the search and discovery. As for AgentVerse, which is our cloud platform, there is all these monitoring tools. These are the open source. The open source stack is these two libraries. So I think the gentleman from Dabble was talking about open source and how it's great. So we have an open source component to our offerings. And yeah, this is our network, which is the backbone of everything. Yeah, another, I guess, interesting visualization. These are just some examples. I'll be going over some examples during our workshop. So if you're interested, please attend. Some important links, some videos, you prefer that. And this is the judging criteria. So we're looking for functionality, your AgentVerse integration. So your agent should be registered on AgentVerse. The quantity and quality of agents, your innovation, and whether you've developed a personal assistant. So the prices are $1,000, like I mentioned. And if you are choosing the quantum track, then we are coming up with our own compute platform for quantum computing. So you will get early access to that and some credits. These are the judges. Some of us will be here, some of us will be judging remotely, and we have mentors who are here to help you. So looking forward to seeing you guys firstly at the workshops and secondly participating for our prizes. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them.
Okay, we have questions?
What's the team size? Has to be like
Up to 4. Up to 4. You can participate as a like solo hacker, or you can have a team of 4 people.
up to 4.
Well, I guess the rule was just made.
It's all a rule.
I think there is if you look at the rules, there is a rules document, and that should be posted there. So let's say 4 or whatever it says in the rules document, if it's different than 4, because that's what everybody else sees. We've done 4, we've done 6, so I'm not sure this today, so 10.
And if you win, you all get $100.
Then they all get $5.
Right, and so for winners, depending on if AIFI is issuing the funds, if it's a cash prize, there's you'll see the instructions, but basically there's I'll do a little bit of housekeeping right now before we do a little break. Real quick, we're going to have Cora is going to do a workshop, but it's going to be on Discord at 12:15. So that's the next thing coming up in just a few minutes. Then, cash prizes, if they're issued, there's information in the documentation. Basically, when you register on your team on Discord, you'll have a team lead. It's everybody needs to trust the team lead, and then it's up to the team lead to distribute the funds. And then we only have one individual to interact with to do all that accounting. Also, there's a lot of food here. We're probably going to push lunch back a little bit. I think probably more like 1:30 or maybe even 2 o'clock, so we can get that delivered and set up. But there is a lot of food out there, so help yourselves to bagels, croissants, cream cheese, nut butter, all different things. Do not go into the refrigerators, okay? Those are well portioned out, and lots of different people have different things in there, so please don't mess around with the fridge. If you go into the kitchen, you're really only going in there to use the sink. Do not use the disposal. Don't put anything down the disposal in the kitchen sink. So you can rinse your hands in there, you can put dirty things in the sink, but don't put food down the disposal, don't run the disposal. Don't take anything in the kitchen, don't open any drawers, any doors. Everything, most of the food that you need will be put out on the tables outside the kitchen. Any logistical questions? As we mentioned before, we'll probably keep things open overnight. Kai has graciously volunteered to spend the evening with you folks, so as long as we have somebody
from our partners or our staff here, we're able to let people stay in the building. Another thing is do not go beyond, there's some stanchions with velvet ropes. Do not go past the velvet ropes. That's other office private area. You can break out into some of the offices, just the places not to go, as I mentioned, are past any of the stanchions. The one room over here by where the door is by the Fetch table, that's for production office. If you need to find me, you'll probably find me hiding out there, and if you need staff, but do not go in there and work. Otherwise, the space is pretty much fair game. We will do the Fetch, we'll probably push the Fetch workshop back just a hair to allow, let's say, 1 o'clock for the Fetch workshop, and depending on how many people are going to attend the Fetch workshop, well, probably it's a good number of hands, so we'll do that here, then we don't have to reset into another breakout room. So if you want to just heads down work, you don't want to be distracted by the presentation, by the workshop, then you might want to find another place to work at that 1 o'clock hour. How's that sound? Okay, any questions?
No, just one more thing I would like to mention. So, unlike Kai, we won't be here overnight, but we will have our support on Discord. So, if you guys are participating and you have any question, feel free to ask on Discord. It will be 24/7. We have teams remotely working across the globe. So,
right, my challenge statement, I'll give you personal thanks. If you can help us scale agents, not necessarily Fetch agents, but any agents from anywhere, registering them on Fetch Agentverse. I want to know if you've accomplished that. I want to know if you hit any hurdles, and if you know any partners for us to scale the discovery platform. So we want to get more agents on the Fetch Agentverse discovery platform, in addition to everything else you can do with Fetch. That's an area that we're trying to scale and want to see what any barriers might be. Okay, you had a question right here. So then check the schedule, that'll be tomorrow. So basically high level. Right now, stand up and deliver. So the team building, we want to kind of break out into other things, but is anybody looking for team members or anybody looking to join a team? Step right up here really quick. You'll get 15 seconds of fame. Step up, grab the microphone, get on camera, and let's go. Right here, you gotta come up here. You gotta take the microphone out of my hand. Okay, you gotta put it in your mouth.
I don't have idea. I'm looking to join a group. So if anyone has ideas, I'm a full stack engineer. So yeah, that's great.
Line up right over here if you want to either look for team or you want to pitch yourself. Come on.
So I have an idea for in the education space, and this for the high school students. It want to build an AI agent where they can find the different internship opportunities, different opportunities to build the resume for college, and also when they are applying for the college, then different scholarship opportunities. So I want to build that seamless AI agent for that. And technically, I have built LLM applications myself. I'm not a full stack developer, but I'm kind of a product owner. So if you want to build, if you want to join me, then you can join me.
Hi, I'm Nick I'm looking for developers. I have a couple ideas in the medical area. One around the nightmare of trying to coordinate all of the doctors and the appointments and the chaos around that. The second is around mental health and around coaching, and particularly coaching for people who are young adults going to school.
Hi, my name is William. I'm a software engineer by trade, and now working on a new idea for an AI love coach and self-improvement coach from First Principles. So think of a way of getting into authentic, long-lasting relationships that First Principles can help you guide your dating profile analysis or texting, or really understand what holds you back and authentically connect. And I do it in a gamified way like Duolingo. So if you want to join, it sounds cool, then let me know. Okay, bye.
This is Selena. I'm a data science student, but I had previous experiences in retail market and GTM in AI content marketing startup. So basically, I have more interested in previous part, like the education part, where I had some experiences, and yeah, I'm still a student. So, and I'm also interested in the AI love, what? But I like, I like social apps, and this is a great time, these days to talk about that kind of thing. But I'm also open to different ideas. So I'm not of course, I'm not a developer, but I'm more likely a person who can elaborate an idea and to think from different angles, because I'm from like a different background as an international student. So that's basically me. Looking forward to joining the team. Thank you.
Cool. Looks like to wrap up here. So you guys are all here for I think what we're very interested in is like all of us in the future of agents, all of us. And so we drop in a room like this. All my agents should be able to talk to your agents and interact and do stuff. So I'm very interested in making that happen, seeing how it works. And so the last few days, I some late nights cranked out an infrastructure for my agent finding your agent, and your agent could be anywhere on the internet. We said like decentralized, like Fetch and all that fun stuff. And so I'm curious about, like in the love context here, is if my agent finds your love agent, somebody building that love agent that convinces me I should go hang out with them. So I'm very, very curious now right now how that infrastructure works, and specifically that love agent convincing me to go on a date. So that's the last one.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so right now we have a workshop starting up with Acora, with Quantum Society and Acora in Discord. So you can just go into your individual Discord. We've added a channel there, a voice channel, so that people can go in, use voice and video. So let us know if you have any issues with that. Maybe find a quiet spot or bring your headphones so you can take advantage of that. And then, yeah, we're gonna get cranking, get hacking. One last thing, I have a question. Any of the partners that wanted to provide a workshop that we didn't schedule in, let me know, and we'll get something scheduled onto the calendar, because I know we're running a little bit late now, and we'll squeeze it in right after lunch or during lunch. Okay, thanks a lot. And back here at 1 o'clock for the Fetch workshop. Okay, so you just go to the other channel.
Hi.
It's funny because I got this multiple. And the thing where there's lots of talk, but basically it says that it's like people dating is not ready. And it's actually able to talk to people and the meeting ready. Then you get to stay on.
It's weird that, so I see it, I'm in it. Strange. Discord is doing some weird things.
Here's the thing, compared to this girl, and the girl you're into is married, and not available, and not even as crazy. Dude, you have a self-esteem issue because you think it's wrong, good for you, you're not scared that it's not going to work. It's a fear-based decision, and you better just go into it. So you want to build agents that do that. You want to build agents, but you want to build agents that her agent talks to him before they even met.
Well, we have a bunch of this.
Yeah.
I've seen that's what he's saying.
Is single story something that you're working on?
It's kind of cold. So I put it on.
It matches here what you were talking about.
Yeah, I should rebrand it.
I have a friend who has an AI training company, and I'm really into this like love channel, like weird thing. So like separate love channel stuff. You guys are together? Yeah. Like the love thing, the connecting thing, the coaching people to getting them to make crazy decisions and not lie or present in hopes they're gonna trap them into something, not realizing that they're lying.
I'm just gonna, everybody can see the live, Love Hack live project chat. I'm just gonna change that one.
Has an issue on top of it, like some get resolved. The one thing that I'm thinking about right now is you go to your agent, 7 months, you still figure stuff out. And at the end, they'll come back and say, yeah, we should split it a date. And it's not just you, it's like every agent sort of, it's a massive thing.
Yeah, I mean, can I tell you, like, I actually asked my guy to build me this tool for Bumble.
Okay, let's
and
use
they
the
have,
one,
like,
let's use that one.
things that
Yeah.
prevent it.
Did you see the name change?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have the same conversation with the 18 million men that I matched with to tell, you know, all the who's free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we had another company last year, it's a lot of it's not you. It is our auto school. So guys are taking a number, here's my
Here's my agent.
and it has to get through past lunch.
I actually had a friend that every single person asked me, I'm like, gotta go talk to her.
Yeah. So that's interesting. But yeah, what do you guys think?
I mean, it sounds like you were talking about personal improvement and.
Elaborate more.
Yeah, please. How far are you?
I put my job in July.
Oh, okay. So you work on this?
2 years in legal tech. And then I worked on digital twins for streaming, which is monetized. Because I work with entrepreneurs and all my housemates in LA is streaming. So they get advice on how do I scale my restaurant? How do I break even? Or how do I talk to a barista like that? So I thought, hey, what do I maybe a chatbot, blah, 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 long story short, not really profitable. I tried to do a marketplace, again, not really profitable, this is the idea. And I'm really just trying to bridge real world interaction, real world value, and the first principles, self-improvement, relationships. Because in my personal life, I see a lot of people, they're not succeeding in life, even marriages as well. That's my other component I want to talk about later.
Keep people married. Don't get married when you're a person.
I mean, MVP stage, not 2 stages.
What do you have so far? Can you show us?
Yeah. So second stage is to lower the divorce rate. First stage is to
Okay.
it's a mobile app. It's really easy. I already validated the market because our dating profile viewer apps, but they're kind of like very surface level. They're not really doing it, but they're already generating positive cash flow. So the goal is to kind of make it a gamified experience, Duolingo style, tied to real world value. For example, say, oh, I worked out 3 days in a row to improve my picture taking ability, so I can attract girls. So that means
I'm going back into the.
oh, okay, my bad. I can get 30% off our partner restaurants, a Michelin star restaurant, or small business. So again, that's kind of how I
good.
It's interesting. I have an entire plan planned out. Start off.
So go through, ask you a ton of questions.
Yeah, so this actually serves dual purpose. This for consumer apps. Statistically, it's about 15 to 20 questions that help you get engaged and increases them to not churn. But this also dual serves as like helps me to improve that analysis. So once you onboard with all these specific questions, I made it very simple, very direct. Multiple choice, one text box. And then here you upload your profile of your
USB-C charger.
Stuff like that. Give you analysis. For example, if you have a photo where you're kind of looking down, stuff like that, it's like, oh, you're insecure about X, Y, Z, genre, blah, blah, blah. You should like that. And then, just look at it. Share with someone for you to show to get to understand. Hey, good. That's why I can imagine it. Because it's no problem. So how do you want to do it? Look, I'll grab it.
Right now, no, but that's why you
curious.
I do go to a lot of hackathons.
But it's not interesting. Ask a bunch of questions, dump a bunch of data about yourself, and run some analysis.
Exactly.
So take screenshots of your name profile and then put it.
Yeah, so I want to preface this by I'm prioritizing simplicity for the user, and then on the back end for engineering wise, so I want to use something very lightweight, like gigantic AI for agentic framework. I'm really just trying to have very basic tweaks because I don't want to over engineer it. I did that. Originally I started with web app, and I over engineered it at least 2 months. So I try to keep it as simple as possible based on user needs. And I'm very technical. I love adding as much stuff as I want.
This is React Native.
Oh yeah, React Native. I want to do iOS, Android, and web apps. So same code base. But yeah, if you guys are interested, I'm also going to talk to like real like restaurants and small businesses to tie it into real value, Google style. So think of it as like a AI first, software first approach, but it's an experience, not just an app.
How do you validate the
Sure. So my knowledge base, we have very streamlined pipeline. Basically, I would scour specific TikToks from specific influencers. That's where you get that really niche thing that ChatGPT can't train on. On top of based model, on top of anecdotal reviews from people that I know. So very kind of very specialized technology space. Like, okay, this is what girls want. This is what girls suddenly, like the nuances of things. I really just try to distill that. You can't really find that out there again. And then you like so to be clear, nobody really knows what they want.
There's statistics.
There's some subtle things. You won't find on the internet.
So speaking of like that's super awesome. And so I think, and so what do you guys have? They've been some questions. Like, you don't want to work on like what else do you guys work on?
So I say that, so I have a high school diploma.
Right. Wait, where?
So I mean, right now I'm finding like what is it, like career counselor. Yeah, like we have some knowledge. But there is so much knowledge. What kind of internship you can do it, what kind of like summer projects you can do it, what kind of maybe like I'm how to do the resume wants to build it. Once like there is a lot of for figuring out all the scholarships that you can have it. So that is what I want to relatively.
Yes, so we'll put
Yeah. So just like so, not only like when we send you application directly to the users, it's most likely to just interact conversation.
Exactly.
Because I mean, so like the person doesn't so right? It's actually not where it goes for enough for her to understand. The only thing that's important is like sending notification on so if you don't have like
so you have this.
You're not sending notification back to like you have a new message.
And you were saying that
if you don't need that stuff, you can just I was working with some guy also just some like weapons and some
Let's consider your So let's say those three one is how they can become independent, figure it out what is the career path, and then like what the things in terms of secondly, how they can be confident. So that's what your therapy comes in, because like when they contribute, yeah, conversation, how do you make the conversation so clear? Let's say they might not give an interview for like so some are good and they select but then you need to make it with confidence. I think it's a good part. It's one part. One part is all the technical aspect of what are the different things you can find on the internet and what this. And secondly, how you can get confident in the experience. So you can agent, real person with an agent, which gives us that's what I He's a digital assistant. So my daughter is interacting with digital assistant. Behind the scenes, there are two agents. One is a person responding to monitoring the conversation and giving a feedback like how good the current counsel is going on the sources. So she will see nothing. Okay. What a very challenging thing. So she has a question. So basic initial level of questions. Then it goes to back with not any counsel, but multiple counsel. And step counsel.